This is Nick.
This is Jack.
It's Tuesday, T-Boy Tuesday, February 28th, and today's pod is the best one yet.
February? You're leaving us so soon?
February! It is the month that always leaves you wanting a little bit more.
Today is the final day of the shortest month of the year.
It is. In stocks, they finished February in the same place that they started February.
But in this economy, flat is up.
We'll take it. Jack, what's the first story for today's pod?
The Wall Street Journal just reported that millennials added $1 trillion of debt during the pandemic.
Because Jack, I, and a whole bunch of you are facing an inconvenient squeeze.
For our second story, after Domino's Pizza had its worst day ever, pizza stocks plummeted last week.
It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
It is DiGiorno.
It actually is DiGiorno this time.
And our third and final story, Lime Scooters just accomplished something no other e-scooter company has.
What is it, Jack?
Profits.
Profits, Yetis. We just found the first ever Profit Puppy scooter.
But before we hit that wonderful mix, Nick.
Beep, beep. Wonderful mix of stories. I love this mix for a T-Boy Tuesday, Jack.
We know what happened last night.
Yes, we do.
You couldn't sleep. You woke up twice. You went to the bathroom 3 times.
2 a.m., 3 a.m., tossing, I'm turning, Jack. I tried some NyQuil Ambien. What are you going to do these days?
Well, one company thinks they have a solution to a great night's sleep.
Besties, one surprising company may have the perfect product to get you snoozing.
It's Post, the cereal company.
Get this. The company behind Fruity Pebbles just invented
sleep cereal.
A sleep cereal. We repeat, a breakfast company invented a cereal for your bedtime.
They call it Sweet Dreams, and it's a cereal.
Yeah, it's basically the opposite of a balanced breakfast.
Yeah, 10 p.m., you brush your teeth, you cleanse your face.
And then you pour a big bowl of milk and oats, Jack.
Instead of marshmallows and wheat, they added zinc and chamomile to this. Real story.
It's like a spoonful of melatonin. That's what it is.
Bold strategy. They're trying to double their cereal market share.
I mean, why limit your cereal business to just mornings? You can have 2 meals a day.
There's something overtly capitalist, Nick, about packaging cereal as a sleep product.
There is, but it feels like it's scalable. For example, Raisin Bran, but for bedtime.
Golden Grams, but to go to sleep.
Cinnamon Toast, Yetis for T-Boy Tuesday. Jack and I want to know, what is your number one sleep hack?
Is it a noise machine?
I do a mattress meditation.
I just wear socks under the blanket every night. It works for me.
But we should warn you, Yetis, there is just one cereal that you should never, ever, ever, under any condition, ever eat if you're about to go to bed.
There's one cereal that is an alarming alarm.
And what is that cereal, Jack?
Go! Key Chris.
You can't snooze that cereal. Let's hit our 3 stories.
15 years before this song, 2 boys from the Northeast met in a dorm. They had an idea that caused a cultural storm. It's the best one yet, but the best is the norm. Jack, Nick, that's it. I don't even think they need to practice. 50%, that's a fat tip. T-Boy City on your at-list. If you know, you know, cause we ready to go. We can't wait no more, so just start the show. Start the show.
For our first story, since the pandemic began, one group has added more debt than any other group in America. And who is that, Jack?
Millennials.
It's us millennials.
Another millennial milestone has been marred by bad timing.
Before we even go down that path, Jack, let's start with the great news right now. Can we start with the great news, please?
The economy in the United States is solid right now.
Are we looking at these unemployment numbers? They're at record lows, my friend.
Inflation has slowed down 6 or 7 months in a row.
It doesn't really look like we're going to hit a recession, but there is some not great news.
Millennials have added more debt in the last 3 years than any generation has.
Yeah, you're going to have to pull a Dr. Evil on this. $1 trillion.
According to the Wall Street Journal, the average credit card debt for an American millennial is $6,800, which is up 26% from before the pandemic.
Your Chase Sapphire card, it is yelling at you right now.
Gen X, Gen Z, and Boomers, their credit card debt is either the same or down compared to before the pandemic.
It's basically the same, which leads to the big question. We know you're wondering, why are millennials the only age group who are adding more IOUs ASAP?
Why are millennials the only age group that has more debt today than before the pandemic?
Because millennials are the only generation right now that's trying to raise a kid or buy a home or both ASAP.
Your 30s? That's your milestone decade.
It's a lot of pressure. The 30s are tough. They're a milestone decade.
And those family milestones are historically expensive to pay for right now.
Okay, Yetis, Jack and I jumped in T-Boy style further. The two most expensive things in the economy right now, the two things with the fastest rising prices, what are they, Jack?
Houses and babies.
Houses and babies. Let's start with the house side of things. Jack, what's going on with homes?
The median home price in the United States has jumped by 33% since the pandemic began.
Just as a whole bunch of millennials are just trying to settle down, get their first condo.
And it's not just the price sticker on a house, it's the price to borrow money to own a house as well.
Because get this, the average 30-year mortgage to borrow money to buy that house is over 7% right now.
That's more than twice as high as it was 2 years ago.
Okay, that's the home situation. Now, let's say you're done being a dink. You've enjoyed the double income, no kid lifestyle, but hey, maybe you're going to end up having a kid or two if you can.
That's going to cost you. Because pre-K childcare is harder to find right now than ever before, and therefore it's more expensive than ever before.
Add all that up, Yetis, and the price of buying a home and having kids is up 35%, but that's not even the worst part.
While the cost is up 35%, the average income to pay for it is up just 3% on average in America over the same period.
The average household income to pay for all those things we just mentioned is up just 3%, and we haven't even discussed the eggflation situation.
Yetis, we've all got an uncle who tells us to stop paying for those double-digit lattes, and then we can afford the American dream.
I can't help it. It's a habit. I got to go to Blue Bottle or I'm going to lose a kidney.
But come on.
Yeah.
It's not the lattes.
Don't blame the lattes. That's the latte lie.
Cutting oat milk is not going to help you buy a home.
Cutting almond milk is not going to get you that condo. So, Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddies who are all us millennials?
Another millennial milestone has been marred by bad timing.
Yetis, the U.S. economy, it trends up. But us millennials, we have timed it poorly at each financial milestone moment.
For example, we bought college education in the 2000s when prices for tuition were very high.
And then Jack and I graduated into a recession jobs market when wages were particularly low.
Now we're all trying to buy houses when the prices for a home are higher than ever.
Now, us American millennials, we are fortunate to be born in America where we enjoy comparatively amazing privileges.
And we're fortunate not to have faced generational challenges like a world war or a draft.
But when it comes to timing up some major financial milestones, it's been bad timing. For our second story, Domino stock just had its worst day ever, and then it dragged down all the other pizza stocks.
Because delivery has a cheese problem. Hold on. The cheese problem.
The cheese problem. By the way, Jack, do you still put maple syrup on your pizza? I remember I caught you that time.
I've never.
I think I caught you. Yeah, I think I saw you doing that.
No, I'll do like spicy honey is good on pizza.
Okay, that's fair.
But I've never done maple syrup.
I thought you did a pineapple maple syrup thing.
Yet.
Oh. Yetis, Domino's Pizza had an unbelievable decade during the 20-teens.
It had 41 straight quarters of U.S. same-store sales growth.
That's 10 straight years.
And it had 113 straight quarters of international sales growth.
That is 28 straight years.
Are you ready for this? Domino's stock rose by nearly 3,000% from 2010 to 2020.
I had to sit down, stand up, and put pineapple on my pizza.
But Yetis, both of those sales streaks broke in the last 2 years.
And then Domino's just had its worst stock day ever, and it all was because of one sentence said by the CEO last week.
We face significant pressure on our delivery business. Bad pressure. Not like a bear hug good pressure.
Now, Yetis, this is what Jack and I found fascinating about this story. We are not facing a pizza apocalypse.
No, we all still love buying pizzas. I got some Friday night.
Literally ordered a mushroom fungi pizza from A16 last night. Delightful.
Somebody's not watching enough The Last of Us.
The pizza ate me. But here was the key distinction. It's not a pizza apocalypse, but there is delivery drama.
Domino's is delivery. That's what you need to know about Domino's. It is 60% of their business is delivery.
We repeat, 6 out of 10 pies coming out of Domino's is getting delivered. It's not even in the store.
They deliver so much pizza.
So much.
They work together with Ford to build self-driving delivery vehicles.
True story. So Domino's, they had an advantage during the pandemic since they built out so much delivery technology.
While we were all living the COVID comfort economy, Domino's was there for us.
They were. You were in sweatpants, you ordered 3 sausage pies, you did it with your PS3 controller, no judgments.
But the CEO said last week, consumers have returned to pre-COVID habits.
Because in the revenge economy, people are dining out more.
And most Domino's, they don't even have tables in the location.
Yeah, Domino's, that's not a date night spot.
You can't dine in.
Now, unless you get the Oreo pizza, there may not be a second date.
So part of Domino's weak quarter was a reversal of the pandemic delivery bump.
But the other half of that pie is our takeaway. So, Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddies over at Domino's?
Fees are like cheese, and a fee-based business eventually goes sour.
Yetis, there is no such thing as pizza fatigue. We said it before, never will the economy stop ordering pizza.
There is such a thing, though, as fee fatigue.
Fee fatigue, because get this, overall, quick service restaurants in America saw an 11% drop in delivery last year.
So it's not pizza's fault. We think it's fees' fault.
Specifically, the delivery fees.
Domino's CEO just said, we saw in the last recession that delivery moves with the economy.
When the money gets tight, you'd rather cook at home than drop $7 on fees.
And that's the existential risk of any fee-dependent delivery business.
When the economy gets sour like cheese, so does our appetite for fees.
Now, a word about our sponsor, Robinhood.
You know, honestly, your salad, it says so much about you.
Nick, you like to blaze your own trail at the salad bar.
Yeah, I'm ordering a salad. I go off menu, man. Like a combo of kale and croutons that has never been made before.
Me? I'm not reinventing the wheel. I like to go classic.
Like if Sweet Green thinks it's a good combo, Jack's not going to change that.
Kind of like investing strategies. Some want to build a custom portfolio of stocks, crypto, and options.
Others don't want to reinvent. Just give me the most standard ETF.
Whether you're tweaking your one-of-a-kind portfolio every day or prefer a more hands-off approach, Robinhood has the tools.
If you're not investing on Robinhood yet, to get started, go to Robinhood.com/TBoy to choose your free stock.
That's Robinhood.com/TBOY. Limitations apply.
Stocks offered by Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC.
Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto.
All investments involve risk.
By the way, this podcast is not owned or part of Robinhood, and we are not employees of Robinhood.
For our third and final story, Lime Mobility just did something that no other scooter company has done.
It profited.
They profited off a scooter.
Because software should be smooth, but hardware is hard.
Okay, should you say software should be smooth? You want to say it like that?
I'm not a disc jockey.
We can just move on. We'll just keep going. Yetis, it is easy to forget, but the scooter industry was honestly like one of the biggest bubbles of our lifetimes.
When Nick and I just started podcasting, every scooter company was hitting billion-dollar valuations in record speed.
Bird was the fastest ever company to hit $1 billion valuations. Unicorns don't fly, they ride scooters.
The pandemic, though, was bad for scooters. Valuations dipped massively, but Lime is still standing and just claimed it hit a major milestone.
Okay, the first micro-mobility company to ever post a full profitable year? Lime.
It's Lime. Lime didn't share many numbers, but if it's true, it means that Lime, this e-scooter and bike share company, beat Lyft, beat Uber, and beat Bird to profits.
Which means that running a fleet of e-scooters may actually be a long-term sustainable business model, Jack. There we go. There's gold in them scooters, ain't there?
Gold! Silver and gold!
Are we going to see a Lime IPO? Could this happen, Jack?
The CEO just said they plan to have an IPO once they can.
Lime, it's Nick and Jack here. We're desperate to cover an IPO one of these days. Please, just make it happen in 2023.
So how did Lime pull off a profit that no other micro-mobility company has?
Well, Jack, it's a great question, and the answer is good old-fashioned unit economics.
Unit economics.
Unit economics. That is what you say at business school if you are cold called by the professor and didn't hear the question.
Professor, the answer is unit economics.
Ding, ding, ding. You got the right answer.
Unit economics is the profitability of each individual unit. In this case, each scooter.
Okay, let's jump in further T-Boy style. Each Lime e-scooter costs around $500 to manufacture.
So it's a $500 cost for each unit.
So each scooter is only profitable if it can make over $500 in revenue over its lifetime.
Once it hits $500 in revenue, it's break even on a unit economics basis.
Now here's been the problem for the scooter industry. Each scooter didn't last long enough to make back that individual $500 cost.
Because shared electric scooters are one of the most abused products in society.
All right, Jack, I was in Los Angeles last week. We saw a scooter up in a palm tree at one point.
Scooters are light enough to throw,
Uh-huh.
and some people throw them.
Jack, we thought it was an iguana. It was a scooter in a tree.
But Lime has designed a scooter that they're very proud of. It has a removable battery, which extends the life of the scooter.
In fact, that Lime scooter can now last long enough to generate $500 in revenue per each scooter.
The scooter can last long enough to be unit profitable.
Unit economics. So, Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddies over in the scooter industry?
Software is smooth like butter, but hardware needs to be like a rock.
Look, Yetis, Uber, they don't own any cars. Airbnb, they don't own any homes.
But scooter companies like Lime, they do own their e-scooters.
It's kind of a funny quirk about the scooter technology industry. So while Uber and Airbnb could just focus on smooth software, Lime has to build hard scooters.
And those scooters that Lime owns, they have to be like a rock.
Well, Lime has found a way for scooters to last 5 years each with minimum maintenance and repair.
So each scooter has 5 years to collect $5 rides to make up for the $500 cost.
Besties, the only way an e-scooter company can get profitable isn't smooth software, it's hard hardware.
That's why Lime's #1 focus has been to make its hardware hard, like a rock.
Like a rock. Jack, can you whip up the takeaways for us for T-Boy Tuesday?
Millennials' debt rose by 26% on average during the pandemic as so many of us bought homes or had kids.
Another millennial milestone has been marred by bad timing. Don't blame the lattes.
And we got another 26 for our second story. Domino stock fell by 26% in one day last week. Its worst day ever.
When the economy gets sour like cheese, so does our appetite for fees.
And our third and final story. Lime's e-scooter business achieved full-year profits in 2022.
Software has to be smooth like butter, but hardware has to be hard like a rock. Wow, we're really rolling with the analogies today.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, stick both of those on a t-shirt, why don't you, Jack?
I'm pretty proud of
I'm
those.
going to put that on a pillow and give it to my aunt. All right, here we go. Now, time for the best fact yet. This one's sent in by longtime Yeti Alex Maluker from lovely Barcelona, Spain, and from San Francisco.
All right, Nick, we got 50 states in this union, right?
Yes, we do, Jack. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas.
There's only one letter that is absent from the spellings of all 50 states.
Yetis, you can try buying a vowel and that won't help you. There is one letter that is just not present in any state name.
Now, I'm jumping right to the end of the alphabet on this one, like W, X, Y, and Z.
You're thinking about the hard consonants. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's what I was thinking.
But X is included in Texas,
It is.
and Z is in Arizona,
And don't forget Y for Wyoming people.
V is in Vermont, and W is in Wyoming too.
But this question does reveal that there is one letter which is quickly becoming something that we just can't quit out of our minds.
If only I had the queen of spelling, I could get this answer.
We need a solution to this query, Jack.
Yetis, the answer is Q.
There is one letter not present in any state name, and that letter is Q.
The letter U gets an honorable mention.
Yetis, you look fantastic for T-Boy Tuesday. Jack, I feel like guilty and we should order some pizza now just to help Domino's out.
It's not delivery. It is DiGiorno.
It was DiGiorno. Jack and I will see you tomorrow. And before we go, congratulations to Yeti's Mark and Deirdre Tawara, who just had their 25th wedding anniversary over in Honolulu, Hawaii. Not too shabby.
And congratulations to Jackson and Sydney on 4 years together over in Denver.
And Pratt's Ash B is just the best manager yet over in New York City.
Happy birthday to both Kevin and Olivia, father and daughter over in Chicago.
Doing logistics. And Hannah Thornburg, happy first birthday as a mom in Potwin, Kansas.
And happy birthday to Shay McConnell, celebrating their birthday while snowboarding in the hills of Idaho.
And Glenn Coco Kinsman is celebrating his birthday anywhere that Glenn Coco wants to celebrate it.
Where Glenn Coco wanna go, Glenn Coco go.
You go, Glenn Coco.
This is Jack. Nick and I both own stock of Airbnb and Robinhood. Now, a word about our sponsor, Robinhood.
Okay, so Jack and I both worked in finance for a while.
And we know the 6-monitor Bloomberg jockey with charts, numbers, balances, and more charts.
They got coffees in both hands while they're executing some complex trade on a soybean future.
Well, we're not trying to impress with our mission control trading center. Just give us an app, please.
Robinhood, with its mobile-first and intuitive design, it lets you trade with just a few quick taps on their app.
And even if things still don't seem easy, Robinhood has your back 24/7 with its live and robust customer support.
If you're not investing on Robinhood yet, to get started, go to Robinhood.com/TBoy and choose your free stock.
That's Robinhood.com/TBOY. Limitations apply.
Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. All investments involve risk.
By the way, this podcast is not owned by or part of Robinhood, and we are not employees of Robinhood.
Like a rock.